On August 17, 2022, officers in a Savannah, Georgia neighborhood responded to a report of shots fired, and what started as a search for a shooting victim ends the night with an entirely different person facing charges, not for anything related to the gunfire itself. I know it's a cliche to ask you to like this, but it'll only take you 2 seconds, and it'll really help me out.
Man, what's going on? You get shot? You get shot?
I'm good. I'm good.
What happened? Hold up. You're limping, man. Slow down. What's going on? Hold up.
I don't know.
Hang on a second. What's going on? What happened?
I don't know. I got to get my car.
Hold up a second. What's going on?
I don't know. It's all right. I don't know.
Bro. Okay. Patting you down, bro.
I ain't got nothing.
Don't walk off. Sir, stop.
I got to go to my car.
Stop, man.
Hold up. Relax.
Listen, calm down. It's okay. We're not saying you did nothing. All right? We got gunfire. We got people pointing to you saying somebody was probably coming after you. We got to figure out what's going on.
Okay. You okay? You need to be in the car with me?
I got to get my mama car.
Where's
We'll
it?
get there in a moment.
Right there at the next door to Ebony house. Joe, go get that car. The keys in it.
Go get the car for 34. So
What's going on? You were in the area. What'd you hear?
I just heard the gunshots.
When?
Just now. Hello?
Do me a favor. Just relax. Here, lean up against this car. Relax for a minute. Right over here. Just lean up against it. What's going on? You gotta know something. You gotta know,
I don't know, bro.
Just relax.
I don't know. Just heard the shots.
What'd you see when you heard the shots?
Shit, it was just me with females.
Females?
And
Where?
3 little dudes. I don't even know.
You said little dudes, like kids?
Little dudes.
Teenagers?
Yeah.
What'd they look like?
I don't know. They ran on the side of the house. I don't know.
What house?
Oh.
From where?
Right there.
They ran up and around that way? Which way did they go? Hey, stand up for me. Which way did they go?
They went that way, towards the projects.
Towards 34, be advised the suspects may have run towards.
That's my son. What you need? He just got his shirt off. What's wrong?
Yeah, if he's matched to the description, someone we're looking for. Give me a second.
He matched the description. That's my son. He wouldn't need.
Okay.
What's his name? Because you ain't got no reason to run from nobody. What he need?
I ain't running.
Bro, no one said you're running. I'm Officer Stevenson. How you doing, man? I'm Officer Stevenson. That's it.
What's up?
Hey, so I got a call. We got some gun discharge over here. All I got is a black male, no shirt, walking this way.
He just took the shirt off.
He's in the car. Just got out the car.
I believe you. 100%. I was told this by somebody else. Okay. So if Mom's willing to, I'll get her statement and her information and yours, and that'll be it.
Let me get your name too as well, man.
Nope, back up. You ain't asking me shit. What the mic?
That man got a shirt on.
What the mic?
He got a shirt on.
Asking me shit.
Shirt on. He do not need to be.
For real. Ain't nobody y'all picking out.
We just give the name, that's it. We just got the name.
That's a child. You can't question him.
Where's his mom? Where's his mom?
I'm his sister. I'm his adult.
Where's his mom?
No, I'm the parent. That's him.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm the parent. That's him. You ain't got to talk to him. You ain't even got to. You ain't got a school club. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all messing with me because I'm black.
Man, go in the house first before I turn up. For real, go in the house before I turn up. And I'm gonna be leaving in the police car. I promise you that.
Hey, go back. I'm talking to some chinning on. Look, they trying to be no shit.
What are you doing? What you doing? I need to
Coming out on another single 26, Highway 30.
My man. You can stop. Come on.
Don't touch me.
Bro, don't touch me.
On scene with 23.
Don't touch me. Back up, y'all.
Don't touch my brother. Don't touch my
Hey.
You ain't got no reason to even be out here. Your mama not even home.
Move out of the way.
No, I just told you he got shit to do. My brother just came out of the house. You're not talking to him. You're not talking to him. I'm his parent. I'm his guardian. Don't talk to him.
It doesn't matter.
Be a child. Don't talk to him.
You tried that earlier today. It didn't work with the BOE. It's
Stop the local law.
Where's your parents? You know what? Detain her. Get her identified and get her over here towards our car.
Relax.
Trying to just chill out.
You're just being detained. You're just being detained.
Relax.
That's all. You're not going to jail. You're being detained.
I told him that he was on. I told him he was on the phone.
22 Charlotte Road. We have one black male detained.
Stop trying to slip my cup.
You're not gonna slip to those cuffs.
Think so?
All you're gonna do is gonna hurt yourself. That's it.
You think that?
Okay.
Thank you.
Just put it.
Hey, cuz, what the f you doing? Why they be manhandling me?
Pushing around on me.
I ain't pushing around you. I'm trying to check my face. You got me f***ed up. Yo.
23 to bond are going to use that subject white shirt back outside if you want to get.
Please.
Oh, okay. I thought you was going to say please.
Please take a. Please. Sit down.
You ain't got to force me. I got my own manners.
I've been asking you. I said please, and you won't move. So please.
I don't got to move when you want me to.
Please.
I ain't got to move when you want me to. No, I don't.
Please.
I don't.
Please take a seat because I don't want to do this.
All right, but stop trying to push me in this shit. I can sit down by myself.
Then sit down.
Let me go then.
No.
No, I ain't sitting down. You're going to have to sit me down
I'm
yourself. I promise you that.
I really don't want to do this.
You don't
Just sit
do
down.
it. Then you're going to have to. I
Just sit
promise
down.
you that you're going to have to.
Go ahead, sit down. Go ahead, sit down.
Saw me with supervisor.
She just resisted him.
How old is she?
Mom, I got that on court.
She's got obstruction already.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
In jail.
calm down before you go to jail.
Did she kick you?
Man, no, because what they had no right questioning that man in.
What's her name?
He had the shit to do with that shit or nothing. I'm just a neighbor.
Okay, I need you to leave out of here then if you're a
Okay,
neighbor.
well, I'm waiting on her mom.
Okay.
That's my sister. I don't
You can wait for her mom over there.
23 to bond or any of the units. That subject, white shirt, came back outside if you want to get them.
Hold on, gotta go. All right, hold on. Man, all we trying to do is get his information, get him ID. That's all we trying to do.
That's a minor.
That's it. Minor or not, I can still identify him.
No, you're
Where's mom on the way?
And that don't make a difference unless I'm asking him questions that could incriminate him. Asking him who he is doesn't incriminate anybody. That's not how that works. If you have a law degree, then come talk to me.
That's all. Y'all don't have to worry about her going to jail.
What's your name?
I don't know. I don't speak English.
You need to get in the house.
That seemed pretty good English to me.
He out here playing.
But you firm got me out, fool,
See, you should never came back outside. Why did you even come back out the door, first of all?
TJ just told me that.
Steve, sit your
Okay,
time.
but listen, you still supposed to stay your ass in the house.
Hold on.
Now you got to get back there.
What y'all touching me
You're
for?
getting detained now since you don't want to ID yourself.
All right, but y'all just detained
Y'all
right
touching me
there.
for?
You're being detained, I already told you.
How you gonna arrest them after not getting done?
Detained, not arrested.
And you need to shut the f*** up.
There you go, love, bro. You had your chance to do all that. You had your chance to do that. I'm still not telling y'all my name on my mom.
Ma'am, he's being detained because he failed to identify himself.
Look, bro, why you batting me down, though, bro?
You gotta make sure ain't no
I ain't even do nothing because they
that.
still trying to figure out my name and I won't tell them my name.
That right there,
I'm not
he's gotta
telling
give
y'all
us
my
his
name.
name.
I don't care about
You're
none of
required
that,
by law
brother.
to.
That's fine. I'm tripping.
You're required to, man.
I don't got to tell y'all shit. I know my rights, brother. You tripping.
Your rights are one thing, but you're breaking the law right now. Obstruction. Okay, failing to identify yourself in public housing.
Okay. So, if he won't give us his info, let's at least try to get mom's info to give her a call.
Mom was on the way,
Unscrew this.
and then try to go, well, y'all can't question him. I said, no, I'm trying to identify him, not question him.
That's it. Ma'am, this is Detective Bond with the Savannah Police Department. Are you close by, ma'am? You're on Your son matched the description of something that we had just a couple of blocks from here and did not want to identify himself, tried to run. I'm assuming this is his sister over here as well. Ma'am, I get that they may have bad experiences, but when somebody matches the description of something that we were given, especially in close proximity and close time frame for what we had, they can't just up and run whenever we make the stop. That's why I was trying to get them to understand, but your son right now is detained due to failure to identify. Okay. Ma'am.
Hey you, don't take Shirley to jail.
We're not taking anybody to jail right now, my buddy. It's okay. Okay? But, man, he still is not free to walk away. He is still not free to not identify himself. And we do need to get his information. We need to get your daughter's information as well. Can you help me out with their information? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Mom is pissed. Mom is pissed, but she is on the way.
She was over here.
She said she's almost here.
The mother arrived a few minutes later.
Why y'all knock on my door?
Okay.
I didn't knock on your door. That's the thing. They the key outside. Walked up and asked me what's his name.
All right, so this is what we got.
First of all, I'm gonna stop you right there. Don't rush into shit. Y'all don't pay for shit. Don't rush into the house and grab nothing that belonged to me. If it was a problem, you should have asked one of my neighbors. Let my neighbors call me, and I would have came over here with no problem. Don't rush up on my kids. And don't rush at nothing that y'all don't pay for. You know you can't do that by law. You wasn't supposed to go in my house at all.
We never did.
Man,
He came back out.
I got a video of all that
Number
shit.
one.
I swear to
Number
God, I'll
two,
tell you all this shit.
we had a shots fired incident really close by. Your son matches the description along with somebody else. The other guy wound up stopping and cooperating and giving us his info. We needed to talk to your son and get his info and get your info. And
What you need my information
is this
for?
your, because we're
Both
talking
of
to your
them are
son.
mine, and you got them in a car for what?
Because she was trying to help him run away. She was trying to prevent us from talking to him. She was trying to
She's
prevent
the guardian when I'm not here.
Doesn't matter. She does not have that right to prevent us from talking
So
to him.
if I have a problem with you guys, because you guys have literally picked on me, one of you guys have literally been standing in my doorway. I'm standing in my door minding my business, and one of your officers pull out a gun on me, turn around, and another officer body slam me. You think I'm not gonna run from all y'all?
I don't know nothing about what happened with that. What I'm saying is that your son matched the description that we were given of a serious incident. So yes, we had to stop him. When we find somebody matching that description, ma'am, they are not just free to go.
Let them out the car?
No, we need to get their information first.
No, you can let them out the car.
No,
They're
ma'am.
not gonna give you the information because I don't trust y'all.
That is not how that works, ma'am. We have got to get their information. We've got to get everything taken care of. Can you
Ask
please
Stevenson
just
my
help us out?
information. Stevenson know all my kids.
We also need their information.
He knows all of their information.
Hang on.
That's right. What's up, man?
How old is she?
Why?
We need to know how old she is, ma'am.
She's of legal age to have a right to with his say so when I'm not here.
That's not what I'm asking for. Is she 18 or older? 17 or older?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and get the paperwork started for misdemeanor adult 1095 on the obstruction. So that way we can get her identified and then we can get her out of here. And then she'll just have her time in court.
Have her time in court for what?
Obstruction.
What is obstruction? How is that obstruction if she's checking on her brother?
Preventing us from talking to him,
He's not
helping
going
him
to
get
talk
away.
to you.
We still need to identify him. She
Okay.
physically barred us from being able to figure stuff out. And then she also was refusing to identify herself when she was detained because of how she was
If she
behaving.
says that's my brother, it should have been in discussion. Then you should have
is
said,
not.
okay, well, this is the situation, and explain something to her. She's going to be protected
She
about
was
this.
she was out here when we explained everything to her about what happened.
No, I'm going to let my turn out of this car.
Can we get her name and her date of birth so we can...
No, because y'all not about to lock my child up for some bullshit.
Right now, it's a
no.
misdemeanor. She's not going to jail. No, she keeps trying to break my window. Then we're looking at something different.
A misdemeanor for what? It's not obstruction. It's not obstruction
and
if I
disorderly
step
conduct.
in. But if I step in and I'm the parent and I'll be like, oh, this, and that, and I push my child out the way.
If you're physically touching an officer to get him out of the way, to stop him, yes.
So
it is
you need to
obstruction.
tell me if you're this close and I step in and I do this,
First
and push
off,
my
don't
child.
do that. Don't do that. I get you were trying to
Are you Miss
explain,
Holman?
but don't do that.
Is that
Yes.
her name? Okay.
Okay.
Yukara? Did I pronounce that right?
Close enough.
But when she does that, yes, it is obstruction. Especially, Since always.
Since when? 'Cause
Whenever somebody hinders us from completing our investigation, that's obstruction. Whether they hinder us, that is obstruction. She physically hindered. She didn't just like say like, oh no, somebody's not here, and then we have to go and look for somebody else. She physically hindered, as well as yelling and screaming about how we're gonna have to take her to jail and how she's gonna mess somebody up today. She did it. We tried to get her over here. We tried to just detain her, sit her in the car. She wants to resist sitting in the car. I don't know why.
Yes. Okay, so this is what I'm not understanding. The same example I just gave you, I have done that plenty of times. So I'm not understanding how is that obstruction. As a matter of fact, I have uncles that work for you all, and I've done it to them. I have done it to officers that came out here. I get right in the middle and push and do just like this. So how was that obstruction?
And nobody said. But I guarantee you never touch me.
I don't even know you.
I know you don't. I know you don't. Hopefully.
I seen you this morning with the bullshit.
With the bus,
and that's why I came and got them then.
Right. But she was doing the same thing then. She was trying to identify as their parent. Not as their sister, as their parent, as their guardian.
Well, technically...
I get that she's babysitting, and I get that she's old enough to watch them when you're gone. I 100% get that. But with BOE and with us, when it comes to juveniles, we need their parent. Not their brother and sister that's of the age, not their babysitter, their parent.
Oh, because I was told they can talk to her if I'm not around because she's on his paperwork.
As a legal guardian. If she provided that paperwork as a legal guardian, that's great.
No, I just know she's on all the paperwork for them to like emergency contacts. She's on the paperwork.
Emergency contact is still different. It's still different. I could put anybody, I could put you as my emergency contact.
Oh no, but I mean like she literally goes to the school if I can't make it. If they have parent-teacher meetings, her and my son are on their paperwork to do anything.
Well, that's what BOE was saying today, and it's the same with us. When we deal with juveniles, we have to deal with parents or legal guardians. That's just how it is. I get that she's babysitting. Now, if it was just a question of like somebody was like, hey, can you check on these kids? Their mom's not there. And we knocked on the door and we saw her there and nothing was going on, of course that's fine. That's no problem at all. Because she's able to watch them. She's legally able to watch them. She's of age. She's of sound mind. But when she identifies as a parent, that's different. When it comes to this, when it comes to investigations and we have to deal with actual parents and guardians, we have to deal with actual parents and guardians, not brothers and sisters, even if they are of age. If she was 42, we still would need you to deal with the kids.
Well, that's different because last time they were talking to her and she called me until I pulled up. So that's why I'm confused about everything.
You're talking about this morning?
No, period. If I'm not here and something's happening, and I get a phone call to come see what's going on, they're talking to her, so I'm confused.
Well, I don't know why, because she inserts herself into it. This morning, she came up, I don't know where she came from. She came up and was saying that she was the parent and guardian and trying to pull
because that's how she's listed.
She's not listed as a parent.
Well, she's not listed as a parent, but she's listed as the guardian.
I know, we were looking for a parent. We tried to calm her down. We were trying to calm her down today. We didn't want to put her in cuffs.
She's going to do that because like I tried to explain to detectives. She has 4 encounters. One was when she was in school. She's walking down the street. I guess something happened at one of the stores over there in Garden City. She just got to school. I'm literally on the phone with her talking to her. Whatever happened, she didn't have nothing to do with it, and she was walking down the street. Officers came up and she said, well, I don't know what's going on back there. I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm going home. She's about to pick me up. They grabbed her, picked her up, and body slammed her, and then turned around and put her back. She was out here and the incident happened, and she was just standing there. They told her who she was like, well, I don't have nothing to do with it. I'm just standing here. Officer grabbed her again and pushed her up against the barbell, so she had bruises and stuff on her face. So at this point, she didn't trust anybody. With him, he literally standing in between my screen door and my door, and one of your officers took and did like this, and then she pulled a gun out and cocked it back at my child, and he's standing in his own damn doorway because he was standing like this.
Officers wouldn't cock around.
She did, because I said something to Stalker, because I told Stalker to make her take off her shit, because I wanted to whoop her ass. And she was just like, I'm sorry, I thought, don't think. He's in his doorway. If he's standing like this, and he's in his doorway, what did you have to do that for? If you're too scared, then you don't need to be out here.
Well, like I said, I don't know the experiences before, but those ones, you said somebody came up to her. This one, she put herself in this situation. So like I said, I don't know about the other situations. She inserted herself, she was yelling. Like I said, she was being disorderly.
Yeah, about her siblings, yes.
Yeah, I know. So that's why we're trying to get her name. We didn't want to do anything. All right, we really didn't. We was just trying to get a name.
Well, he didn't tell you. He has all their information. He knows us.
We didn't know hers. I didn't get it this morning either.
Oh, he knows everything. Between him, Scoggins, and him, they know all my kids' names. So why nobody asked them? They could have told you all my kids were. This is how much they come out here and talk.
And then I heard you say something as you came up, and nobody was in your house. I don't know who told you that.
Oh, he said that himself that, oh yeah, we bum rush your house.
No. We went to the house because she was trying to push him inside. When he was inside, she got in front of the door. Nobody went in the house. Then that's when we detained her. Nobody went in your house, man.
Well, you need to tell your detective to stop lying, because that's what he just told me, that you guys went in my house.
I didn't know. No, ma'am. Me and him were the ones at the door that detained him, and nobody got past us.
You know me.
What's up?
Okay, you know me. Nobody went in your house. I give you my word. I was there. Now the investigator stood at the door. He never went in. Your son came out on his own. No officer went inside your house. I give you my word on that.
All right, so what's up with Detective?
He's out here dealing with someone. Just like I came out here last time, and your daughter over here kept running the mouth, kept yelling at everybody, kept trying to act all, Billy Badass. What I tell you then, it was going to wind up and turning into this. I told you that last time she did that stuff with me, that she was going to wind up getting charged with it. And that's exactly what happened. Because I understand you trust your daughter to look after your son when you're not here. Eyes of the law, we show up. I explained this last time too. Public housing, we have the authority to identify anybody we find in public housing. She can't stop that. You can't even stop that. You have to be there if we are questioning your children in regards, or any questions that could incriminate them. So if I'm going to sit there and question your son about what may or may not have happened over here in Precinct 3, I need you present. To identify him, I do not need you present. I would like it just for cooperation's sake, but I don't have to have it legally.
Okay, see, everybody got something different to say.
And this is what I explained. I don't know the other one's name, but his mom was out here. I explained it the same way. All we were trying to do, and we made that clear, we were just trying to identify him. Get his name, get his information, confirm where he lived. Now, anything past that, we'd have had you here before we started questioning anything. But then, just like last time, your daughter wants to start shooting off her mouth, talking about how she's going to go off in a minute, start running around, screaming, hollering, acting like she's about to throw down with everybody out here, getting everybody else out here riled up. And just like I told you last time, what it turned into. Now she charged for it. Last time we let her walk off. This time, no. All we did was detain him. Because the same thing I told you last time. In public housing, we have the right and authority to identify anybody we find in public housing. Because it's public housing, that's the law. We asked him to identify, he decided he wants to run around, show out, act a fool. So he detained until we could positively identify him. Past that, that's where the investigative method comes from.
Why did he didn't tell you who he was?
Trust me.
This ain't that one get him riled up. Everybody over there, you know how these kids are. Last time we talked about this too. These kids get everybody amped up, and they want to show out.
But why he didn't tell you guys who he was? I know you know. I know they didn't
because
know.
of her.
But I know you know and he knows.
But like I said, once she started getting everybody amped up, riled up, he stood there for a minute. I mean, he wasn't really cooperating with us, but he wasn't running around acting a fool. Once she got everybody riled up, then he's running in the house. She's trying to block us in the door, talking about, waving her arms, talking about going off on everybody. So now she charged. He's still getting identified, so she ain't changed nothing but the fact that she got a court date in the future.
All right, Mom. So we're going to let her out of the vehicle so I can take that one cuff off her. Can you just please calm her down while we do that?
Oh.
It's orders because you yell. That's my freedom of speech. I can yell if I want to. You can't tell me how to talk. That's freedom of speech. That's in the law. That's First Amendment, baby. So who don't know their rights? Yeah. But then what's the second charge about? Disorderly conduct. Why? What's disorderly conduct? Basically, the obstruction is because what's obstruction? What I did, I didn't fight them back. I didn't resist arrest. No nothing. I walked to the car. And no,
I was trying to explain all that.
So what's obstruction?
Because when they were trying to talk.
And it's on camera. So what's obstruction? If they talk to me, and I don't have to legally say nothing back.
They were trying to make him identify himself.
And I told, and he knew that officer, right? They seen him come out the house. So how you gonna make a child identify themselves? If you seen him come out the house, then he clearly got no shoes on. He was not outside when y'all first pulled up. That's what I'm saying. So again, man, where my camera at? Because all that shit was recorded.
I can explain it to you.
Y'all right? All that shit was recorded. All that shit was recorded.
Who got the
All
video?
that was recorded. Yeah, Mr. Needle.
Whether she got video or not, ma'am, she needs to step out the car.
Mr. Needle.
Took. You can talk to him. They started to come on the sidewalk.
Go to jail.
I tried to explain it to her, but
I be down going forward. Bitch, go out about to come get me. I promise you that.
Ma'am.
You talking to him? Why is that?
Officers arrive looking for a possible shooting victim, a man who's limping and reluctant to say much beyond a vague description of a few teenagers running off toward a nearby building. He won't offer details, doesn't want to stick around, and gives officers just enough to go on. A white shirt and black pants on one, no shirt at all on the other. A short distance away, officers find a teenager matching part of that description, and notice he's just taken his shirt off in the middle of getting out of a car, which is the kind of small detail that tends to catch an officer's attention. He ends up cooperative enough to give his information and gets let go while the investigation continues elsewhere. The second teenager who matches the description shows up at the scene a little later, and the moment officers try to get his name, everything changes. He won't say who he is. He heads back toward the house instead of answering, and that single decision, refusing to identify himself when he matches the description of someone connected to a shots-fired call, is what turns this from a brief conversation into a legal standoff that lasts the rest of the video. There's a broader legal principle sitting underneath that refusal, and it's one a lot of people get wrong. In many places, simply being asked your name by an officer doesn't carry a legal obligation to answer, but that changes once there's reasonable suspicion connecting someone to a specific incident, which is exactly the situation here. Officers explain this directly on camera. Asking someone who they are isn't the same as questioning them about what happened, and it doesn't require reading anyone their rights first. One is identification, the other is interrogation. Refusing the first doesn't protect someone from a charge. It's often what causes one. What happens next mostly isn't about him at all. It's about the young woman who inserts herself between him and the officers, physically blocking the doorway and identifying herself at different points as his mother, his guardian, and his sister. Officers try to get around her to simply confirm who the teenager is. She doesn't let them, and that's the specific action that gets her detained, not the yelling, not the arguing, the physical blocking. There's a real legal distinction buried in this argument that's worth slowing down for, because it explains almost everything that follows. Being listed as a school emergency contact, or being the person who regularly picks the kids up, doesn't make someone a legal guardian in the eyes of law enforcement. Officers dealing with a minor need an actual parent or a documented legal guardian present, not a family member acting in that role informally, however real that day-to-day responsibility actually is. It's a distinction most people never think about until the exact moment it matters. Once she's detained, an officer lays out what obstruction actually means in a moment like this. It isn't disagreeing with police, and it isn't being upset. It's physically interfering with an investigation, and specifically standing in a doorway to keep officers from reaching someone they're legally trying to identify. She later argues in the patrol car that she never fought back, never resisted arrest, and that everything she said is protected as free speech. Both things can be true, and it's worth being precise about why. The First Amendment genuinely does protect the right to argue with an officer, to raise your voice, to say you disagree. It doesn't extend to using your body to physically stop officers from doing something they're legally allowed to do. Her words alone were never the charge. What she did with her body in that doorway was, the mother raises a fair point in the middle of all this that deserves real engagement, rather than a dismissal. She says that in a previous encounter, officers were willing to speak with this same sibling on the family's behalf without issue, so the standard applied tonight feels inconsistent to her. The detective's answer is that the earlier situation was informal, a welfare check with nothing at stake, while this one involves a minor connected to a serious incident report, where the law specifically requires an actual parent or guardian. It's a real distinction, but it's also easy to see why a family that's been through this before wouldn't necessarily know where that line moves, depending on the situation. When the mother arrives, the conversation gets sharper. She accuses officers of going into her house without permission, and the detective on scene is specific and direct back. No officer entered the home, he says, and he gives his word on it. It's a small moment, but it matters because it's one of the few claims in this entire video that gets a clear, unambiguous answer instead of just more arguing. There's a small moment during her detention that's worth noticing on its own, separate from the legal argument. As an officer tries to get her seated in the patrol car, she insists more than once that she has her own manners, that she'll sit down if he just says please, as though the entire interaction is really about tone and courtesy. It's a strange kind of standoff, because being polite about not complying is still not complying. Saying please doesn't change what's actually being asked, and it doesn't make the underlying refusal any less of one. The detective also explains something that comes up more than once. In public housing specifically, officers have the authority to identify people they encounter on the property, separate from whatever else is going on. and it becomes clear over the course of the conversation that this isn't the first encounter between this specific family and this specific detective. He references a previous incident by name, describes how it played out, and predicts almost exactly how this one is going to end before it does. At one point, he notes that the last time things got this heated, the crowd around them grew and the tension fed on itself, which is a dynamic that has less to do with who's involved and more to do with how quickly a public disagreement can pull in everyone standing nearby. Whatever's actually happening in the relationship between this officer and this family, it isn't two strangers meeting for the first time. The mother also describes past incidents involving her daughter, including one where she says an officer grabbed and slammed her without real cause. None of that is something this footage can confirm or deny one way or the other. It's her account, offered in the middle of an already tense conversation, and it's worth taking seriously as a reason she might walk into an encounter like this expecting the worst, even if it doesn't change what actually happens on camera that night. It's worth understanding why officers push identification this hard on a call like this one specifically. With a report of shots fired and a vague description of teenagers running from the scene, officers aren't just curious who someone is. They're trying to rule people in or out of a potentially dangerous situation before it's clear who did what, if anyone did anything at all. Every minute someone spends refusing to give a name is a minute officers can't actually close that loop, for the teenager's sake as much as anyone else's, which is part of why what looks like a small, stubborn refusal ends up carrying so much weight in how the rest of the night unfolds. Here's the detail that gives the whole video its shape, and it's easy to miss because it comes at the very end, almost as an afterthought. After everything, the shots fired call that started this entire encounter turns up nothing. No shell casings, no property damage, no injuries anywhere near the scene. The incident that brought officers to this street in the first place is never actually confirmed to have happened the way it was reported. And yet by the end of the night, someone is still facing real charges. Not for the shooting, but for what happened in the 10 minutes it took to try to get one teenager's name. According to the footage, both teenagers were ultimately released without charges connected to the shooting itself. The sister was charged with obstruction and disorderly conduct, with a court date set for later. As with any charge, that's the start of a legal process, not a finished one, and what happens with it in court is separate from what plays out on the sidewalk that night. The most unusual thing about this case is what it was actually about by the time it ended. Not a gun that was never found, not teenagers who may or may not have had anything to do with it. Just a doorway, a question that didn't get answered, and how quickly a stop can become its own separate legal event, completely apart from whatever it was that brought police there in the first place.